Episode 6 of my nail journey. Let's get right into it. I am putting bond on each of my nails because I sort of took a break. So, after I applied my tips and the acrylic that you see here, I filed my nails down and I was like on hour 4 or 5. So I was like, you know what? I would just finish my nails the next day. So I'm applying some bond on my nails and I'm about to go in with another layer of acrylic because I don't want thin nails on this set, and I'm really trying to practice with getting a apex. So let's see how it goes. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and thank you for all of the support. It means the world to me. So thank you so much. I am done applying the bond. So the color that you see right now, yes, it has no top coat, but this is color 248 and I do like the color. I want to play a little bit with this 257 color. I haven't had a chance to use it, and I'm thinking the time is now. So, I am still in a very early phase of my nail journey. As you can see here, I couldn't even pick up a bead. Kind of embarrassing. The way I'm using this brush on the paper towel as well is a little embarrassing, but I have no schooling, I have no training. I'm just learning as I go. So, yay, I picked up a bead. Let's see what this shimmer color looks like. I'm so excited. I love the colors that came in my starter kit. I have not been mad at any of the colors. So yeah, this color looks cute. I'm sort of just freestyling as I go. I'm thinking I want to put like the shimmer acrylic on maybe the thumb, the middle finger, and then the pinky. I think I'm gonna play around and just kind of see how it goes, but I'm really trying to work on not having thin nails. My first set, my nails were thin and they were cute in my opinion, but I do understand that the longer the nail, the more support that the nail needs. So I'm really trying to go in with more acrylic just to practice and then also to show you guys what it looks like to practice with no schooling, with nothing, and if I can sort of put this together, I'm sure anyone in the world can, who's interested in sort of doing their nails at home. Again, the way I'm doing this brush, it makes no sense. If there's any like real nail techs that's watching this video, I'm pretty sure like the way I'm pushing that brush on the paper towel is like, why? And another good thing about my nail journey and sort of editing the videos where my hand is at a screen and sort of putting it together, it gives me a chance to look at what I'm doing and to critique myself and hopefully to help others decide if they want to do their acrylic nails at home or not. Um, Watching a couple of episodes and sort of seeing myself with no skills. I think it's going to show challenges and learning lessons and things that matter. I'm hoping that this channel will be super beneficial to anyone who's wanting to give this a try. So I am still working on my thumb with the shimmer acrylic. And as you can see, I put a good sized bead there on the cuticle area, and I am just really trying to get some sort of apex and to sort of have a smoother application. I am so glad that I decided to challenge myself and work on the apex a bit more rather than just going with the acrylic application that is currently on my nails, because as you guys can see, my nails aren't that bad. They're a uniform shape. They're on the thinner side. But what I did learn after going in again with more acrylic is, I know they say never, but I don't think I'm ever going to not finalize my acrylic in one sitting. Me doing my acrylic, filing it, and then coming back and doing more acrylic to try to build the apex, it just sort of doesn't make sense. Um, and I know I took the break because I was on hour 4 or 5, but moving forward, I won't take a break and reapply or apply more acrylic because it just sort of, it's lumpy, it's just not doing what I thought it was going to do. So this is a great learning lesson here in the sense of like, I need to be done with the acrylic process, because me doing two acrylic applications is sort of like me doing two filing sessions or e-filing sessions. And to be honest, the e-file really is saving me in this beginner phase of my nail journey. So it's sort of like, as I'm doing the voiceover, it just hit me like, wow, I added time onto this set because I did two acrylic applications and two filing sessions. So continue to watch me as I learn, as I grow. This is really a journey that hopefully I could look back on and say it was worth it. Um, so yeah, this, me doing this acrylic, it's getting a little messy, messier than the last episode, I must admit. Um, you can sort of see that I don't know what I'm doing. And that's okay for now. So keeping the nails clean underneath is important. And you guys see me doing that there. At this point, I'm wondering in my head, like, why is my second set not coming out better than my first set? And so at this point, I'm kind of like, it has to be the brush. you know? And this brush came in the starter kit. So I wouldn't say it's a high quality brush, but I'm like, I just wish I had another brush at this point. Um, I think a nail tech that went to school and got their um, license, at this point, they would have stopped. They would have stopped because they know how important it is for your brush to be in a good condition in order to do the acrylic. But I am just pushing through. I'm like, I need my nails done. Like, I need to just figure it out. And I'm sort of thinking in my head, like, wow, how did I expect to become my own nail tech without a backup brush? Shaking my head, shaking my head. um, yes. So moving forward, I am sort of now realizing, like, okay, it could be the brush, but for some reason, I'm not smart enough to stop in YouTube or Google how to clean a nail brush. Like, I'm still just going at it. Like, I look like a crazy person. And I know in my last episode, I mentioned, like, I didn't really want to post the video because it just looked so messy, and now it's even messier than the episode prior. So basically, I could have stopped right here and Googled or YouTube how to clean a nail brush, but I didn't. I just kept pushing through, and I sort of thought in my head that this brush had no more life in it. So I needed to just do what I can and file it to my liking, you know? So in my head, I'm just thinking, okay, when I'm done with this, I'm tossing this brush. I'm gonna buy two brushes, a main brush and a backup brush. Maybe a brush a little bit smaller because I'm a beginner. But yeah, at this point, I was just thinking like this brush is over with. Like, it's history. I need to just finish it up and throw away the brush. I did not even consider that there could have been a possibility that I could have stopped, put the nail brush in some acetone, let it soak, then put the brush in some monomer, let it soak. Like, to me, that was not in my mind. So another gem here, that I learned is to just keep my nail brushes clean with acetone, monomer. I'm gonna use that method and see how it goes. And then I'll give you guys an update on if I feel like that's a great way to keep my nail brushes clean. But please bear with me as I watch myself use this nail brush that just has acrylic all throughout the brush. It makes no sense, but this is what a documentary looks like. It's real, raw, uncut, and this is what we working with. So I poured some more monomer and I got the other color here. I believe it was 248, and I am going to work on my index finger and my ring finger, and then we'll switch hands. I'm scared to get started. Do you blame me though? I picked up a nice bead, so let's go ahead and finish this hand up. At this point, we're just enjoying the journey. Um, so what I'm also doing is keeping a running total of the costs, meaning all of the supplies that I purchase up until the point of whenever the video was uploaded. So moving forward, in the description, there will be a total cost, and that total cost is sort of like a running tab of how much it cost up until that point. So I think it's so cool that I am keeping track of the numbers. I've been keeping track of the numbers from day one. So this is my second set, but I did do a feel as well, like a fill in on my first set before I took it off. So right now the running total is about $106. So when I say about $106, I guess it's technically girl math because I may place an order on Amazon and that order may have some nail supplies in it and then other stuff. So I'm trying to get it as close to the penny as possible, but it's hard to sort of break it down when I'm placing an order and it's an order with nail supplies in it and other stuff, and then the taxes. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm always sort of rounding up and I'm trying to keep the taxes in mind. So that's why I say about. It's not like to the exact penny just because I may place a order with other items that is not for my nail journey. So I am trying the best that I can. Um, and I'm noticing that I am making mistakes. I tried to pick up a bead and it's still in the acrylic jar, but at the end of the day, we live and we learn. So let's live and learn together on my nail journey. If you're interested in becoming your own nail tech and you want to know if it's worth it, what it's going to probably look like, or things that I didn't even know that matters, such as nail brushes. Like that's 101. Like that's like a basic thing, but we're working with what we got. Okay, looking cute, kind of cute. Okay, I am moving so slow. Like I'm just moving so slow. I think because I don't want to mess up and I've been messing up. So we're still going in. I would say that this set probably took about 8 hours. And I think I could have cut down on the time if I would have just did my acrylic in one sitting and if I would have had the knowledge or an extra brush on hand. So, yeah, continue to watch if you want to see the final results here. We're about halfway through the video. But if you're like, oh my gosh, I need to see the results because right now it looks like the results will not be good. I believe this is a number 8 brush, and I think it's a little too big for me. And so when I do sort of order some extra brushes, I think I might go up a size to get like a smaller brush so I can have more precision. Um, but as we continue on, I'm starting to feel a little bit hopeful here in the sense of there's going to be an end result, and all I could do is try to do the best I can with what I got right now and learn and sort of not give up. So I hope this video is sort of showing that sometimes we just gotta keep going. Sometimes we can't give up. Sometimes we just gotta keep trying. Sometimes we have to work with things that we may not want to work with. Because I don't want to work with this brush. So we are on the right hand using my left hand, and we're just gonna make something happen. Okay, like look at this brush action. Like I would not even be mad if people have laughing emojis in the comment section because, like, what did I think was gonna happen if I did that to the brush? Like, like, I just don't know. But it's funny when you're in the midst of something, like trying to learn how to do your nails or working out. You kind of don't realize what you're doing until you do see a playback and say, oh my gosh, like, what was I thinking? So I'm kind of actually happy that I'm documenting this because it gives me an opportunity to go back and watch and see the moves and the techniques that I was doing. Because to be 100% transparent, I was so in the zone of doing my nails that I wasn't paying attention to how hard I was on my nail brush. So it makes sense when we hear about professional athletes rewatching their own game multiple times to kind of critique themselves and see what type of moves they were using, the techniques they were using, and that way they can have a better practice, which then leads to a better game. So I'm actually so excited now that I'm doing the voiceover, now that it's all coming together, that it's better to record the process when you're doing something new, because it gives you an opportunity to look at your techniques and your moves and to learn from them, because when you're in the mode, you're in the mode. Because right here, I'm in the mode. MODE. I'm in the mode. I have all that acrylic on my brush, and for some reason it's not bothering me. Okay, funny, but we're almost there. We're almost done. Thanks again to anyone who is still watching. I appreciate it. I just might keep this brush and hang it on the wall or do something with it, because this is real embarrassing. I know I said it like 3 times, but as I'm watching, it's it's a laughable moment, but it could also be a pivot in my nail journey, where it took for me to experience this to learn something. And had I not recorded it or been documenting this, would it have took longer for me to understand that the way I was using this brush was so incorrect? Um my nails, like the acrylic, it's not on my cuticles correctly at all. I feel like I flooded my cuticles because of the brush. But at this point, we're just going to make it happen and learn from the mistakes. And I'm so grateful to have YouTube to sort of document and share. And if there's anyone else that's starting their nail journey, please comment down below. I would love to be friends, and just kind of go at this together. But more monomer. So yes, monomer, like I mentioned in the last episode, like why buy a 4 ounce at this point? Also, it's something that I'm learning. Like monomer, you or I will want to buy it in a larger quantity so I could get it at a better price. So I saw they had some flavored monomers. I think it was like a strawberry scent monomer, low odor monomer, but I think I need to figure out what brand of acrylic I'm going to get next because that's going to affect my monomer or my choice of monomer. But yeah, I'm really learning that monomer, like, I'm just pouring it and pouring it and pouring it, and that's okay. But it's like, how would you know until you know? And I'm actually someone that learns by doing. So in the beginning, having the monomer, it looked like it would last me a while, but a 4 ounce of monomer, it really doesn't last that long. I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but yeah, I just want to throw that out there. That monomer, I'm constantly pouring it. I love it. I love it. Um, if I could do this with a brush that I messed up and didn't really know how to properly take care of it, just imagine, now that I know what I know, um, I am so excited for my next set. Um, but I am kind of laying this acrylic okay. I mean, could be better, but it could be worse. Another fun fact here is that this set, I use this color here. Okay, I can't pick up a bead. I got some of it, but this color 248, um, it was my first time using this color, so that was like a full little jar there of acrylic, and I'm like making it to the end and I'm like, wow, I used that whole jar. And I mean, I guess I wasted acrylic by not being able to pick up a bead. That's wasting product. So yeah, look, it's not that much acrylic left, and I'm just kind of shocked because I'm like, wow, um, This was my first time using it. And I know that this is me going in with another layer of acrylic. But yeah, I just think that's a fun fact that I was only able to use this color on one set, which is this set. So I'm not sure if we'll see this color again. So this is a mess, and at least is on the last nail where like the brush is like, okay, like I can't do any more. I think the brush is basically like, okay, and I'm glad that is on the last nail. And the acrylic powder is basically gone. It's just a mess. I learned so much just by doing the voiceover. Um, and I know I learned so much by doing a long set. But just doing the voiceover and sort of rewatching my moves and my techniques, I learned so much. I would highly recommend um, anyone that's going to start their nail journey without schooling, practicing on a fake hand or finger or a swatch. If you're just going to jump in like me, I would totally recommend documenting the process. Okay, so we are drilling here, and please excuse my vocabulary as I'm learning the proper way to say things. For example, saying fake hand or fake finger, I should be saying mannequin finger or mannequin hand. I also want to get my bits, my the name of each bit. I want to sort of learn that as well. So learn with me on my nail journey. This bit that I'm using right now is called the bullet drill bit. It is for polishing and removing the nail gel. So basically I am using this for cuticle work because it's sort of round and I don't want to cut myself. But that's the name of the bit, and that's what the descriptions say here in the manual of what it's for. I really just picked up this bit in the beginning of my nail journey because it was round and everything else kind of had sharpness or like a sharp edge. And so I've been using the bullet drill bit as a universal bit. As you guys can see, I'm even working underneath the nails. I did a little bit of skin work there. Okay, so I am switching over to the large barrel. This is for surface work and shortening. So I have a lot of surface work to do to try to make my acrylic application smoother. I believe this is my first time using the large barrel. Surface work, yes. I have a lot of surface work to do since my application process did not go as smooth as I expected it to. So far, the large barrel is doing its job. So even though the large barrel is doing a good job, I am not satisfied with my nail shape. Again, it's my beginner stage, and I can't expect to be good at something that I haven't done or that I'm new at. But I do want to mention that I'm not really satisfied with the results. I would say that my first set, I was more satisfied with my nail shape. I don't know if it's because I decided to go long and I don't have the skills to be doing a long set. I don't know, but I am not satisfied. Um, but the large barrel is doing a good job. And I'm really hoping to get these nails in a uniform shape. Okay, so we're switching bits again. This is the Mandrel Sanding Band. It's for shortening and removal. Okay, and as I'm reading the descriptions, it's my first time reading the descriptions. So yeah, that was just like my reaction there. Like, okay, like shortening and removal. Wow. That is a shocker because so many nail techs use the mandrel sanding band for sanding the nails like I'm doing here. So when I was reading that description, that just threw me off, and I'm rereading it to make sure that it's correct. So it says for shortening and removal. Okay, maybe removal in the sense of like removing some of the acrylic for a smooth application. Because when I first read that, I was thinking removal, like removing the set. But okay, let's just continue on. Um, I like to put my nails side by side to help me sort of make sure both of the nails are looking uniform. That is one of the pros for being your own nail tech. You can really take the time to make sure your nails are uniform in shape and in size. Um, Overall, as we're coming to a little end here, I would say that I took a lot of time to try to build an apex. And I do see that I have a little apex there compared to my first set, but it's nowhere near what I was pushing for. Um, so just me reflecting out loud, doing that extra application just to build more of an apex. My apex is still on the slimmer side of things. I hope this video was beneficial to anyone who's sort of wanting to become their own nail tech and have more time available compared to money, because I feel like if money wasn't a issue, of course, a person will go to school and learn how to become a nail tech and get their license and do their thing. But so yeah, I'm just hoping that this video was beneficial to someone who has more time available versus money, and who's sort of wanting to be self-made. I've learned so much in this video just by doing the voiceover. I learned so much by trying to do a long set. I learned so much, and I am just learning as I go. So this video was a big mess. As you guys can see, I lost my black mat. And my black mat was there to help keep my fingers or my hands in the screen. So that black mat became so messy and just, it was full of acrylic, and I tossed it. So I'm doing the best I can to stay in screen, and I'm really just trying to get my nails as smooth as possible before I go in with the top coat. I probably gonna throw some gems on these nails and then a top coat. I know pretty soon I need to invest in some gel nail polishes, because I'm literally just using acrylic, gems, and a top coat, which came in my starter kit. So eventually I will start slowly adding gel polishes to my nail journey. But for right now, I think what I'm doing is okay. And it also gives me a chance to see the acrylic better. Like after I do a set of nails, like when I look down at my nails or whatever, I can kind of see like, oh, I did the acrylic application great on this finger and not so great on this finger. And if I had, gel polish over the acrylic, yeah, I could still see which nails came out better. But I think just by only doing the acrylic, I can see it clearer, which sort of gives me a chance to reflect and just realize, like, moving forward, I don't want acrylic to be on my cuticle like this. So I think right now, just by doing the acrylic without the gel polish, I can see the application better, which then makes me reflect as I have the set on. Brush, brush, brush. Okay, so I am feeling myself. I got my, anti UV gloves on, and I'm getting ready to put on some gems. I usually highlight one or two products per video in the description. I haven't had a chance to highlight the UV lamp which came with these gloves. So those will be down in the description. Um, And so, yeah, let's put on these gems. So, I don't know if sort of freestyling when it comes to putting on the gems works against me or works for me, but I'm pretty much just freestyling. And again, I'm so sorry my hands are not in screen. I lost the black mat, and that black mat was my guide to kind of keep my hands in the screen. But basically, what I'm doing is just using these gems and putting them where I think they look cute at. And also, what I realized when I was picking out the gems, that these gems were longer than the others. And so I thought to myself, okay, these longer gems will be better on a longer set. So I just kind of went with what I thought would look cute on a long set. And so, yeah, I'm just applying these gems. So these gems are actually bringing some life back to the video. I think the anti-UV gloves are also bringing life back to the video and reminding me that I need to use them more often. Um, just to sort of protect my hands. So you guys will probably be seeing these anti-UV gloves more. So yeah, let's continue on with my nail journey. Please keep watching if you want to see the final results. Yeah, but we just moving forward, and yes. Also, I think another thing that I could do better is instead of taking the gem and dipping it in the nail glue, I can pick up some of the nail glue, put it where I want on my nail, and then put the gem on my nail. So I'm not sure why I decided to pick up the gem, dip it in the glue, and then put it on my nail. Not sure why I'm doing it that way, but I'm just learning as I go. And I think maybe next time I will get the glue and put the glue on my nail and then the gem on the glue that's on the nail. What I like about this UV nail glue is that the glue stays wet until it goes underneath the UV lamp. So right here, I'm just making sure that they're placed correctly before I put them under the lamp. So yes, that's a pro about the UV nail glue is you can sort of take your time placing the gems and just kind of moving them around a little bit. Um, so yeah, I do like that about this UV nail glue, and I just put my hand underneath the UV nail lamp. Okay, working on the other side now. Putting the gems on to match my left hand. Okay, so there's nothing perfect about this set. There's nothing perfect about this channel. There's nothing perfect about nothing here. But I must admit that me making it to the end here, being able to identify where I can improve at, and just seeing some end results here is giving life back to my nail journey. And so, thank you guys so much for sticking with me for about an hour as I sort of think out loud and sort of watch me grow and learn and grow and learn with me. I think I'm gonna let the rest of the video just play out. So basically, what I'm gonna do is put on some top coat, cure it, put some cuticle oil on and show you guys the final results. I am working on my YouTube journey and I'm trying to get some background music going on here. So hopefully, pretty soon I will be able to do that. And thanks for watching. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.